number of us that were able to go to school and get prepared. And that was the message and the message I have even for kids today. Yes, you have your bigger universities and even some of your what they call mid-majors, but these historical black colleges are still viable and extremely important in many communities. And they're not just historical black colleges anymore, but there are a number of different nationalities that are now assimilated in these great schools.
Now, if you could talk a little bit about the pressure playing in the Bayou Classic as opposed to some of the bigger games in the NFL, because I don't think people from around the country realize how big that game is for you guys.
I tell people you don't want to go to heaven until you go to Bayou Classic. And for those that don't know, Bayou Classic, it's Southern and Grambling. And I played in the Superdome for some of my high school games. And so at the end of the season, and it's always, both schools forfeit the opportunity to play in the playoffs, the 1AA playoffs, because the revenue generated, and it's always that Saturday following Thanksgiving. So people come from all over the world. And being exposed to it and driving down Canal Street in the bus, police escort, and going up to the Dome and being matched up against Jake Reed my last year and getting Bayou Classic MVP even though Grambling had beat us. There are so many memories, and particularly with my coaches there, Marino Chasm, Gerald Kimball, Percy Dewey, my defense coordinator, that allowed me to walk on. As I said, in the SWAC, and this is what a lot of people maybe don't know as well, I played against Alcorn State's Cedric Tillman, Torrin Small. Those are pro receivers, professional receivers. Jimmy Smith, Fred Burnett. Those were receivers at Jackson State. They all played in the pros. Jake Reed, Fred Jones. They were at Grambling. And then there was another pro receiver that played at Texas Southern. So a lot of people don't realize I was playing against that caliber of guys even while I was playing in the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
It's a little bit overwhelming this weekend. You're probably got a lot of old friends. You got people, high school, college. I mean, there's something probably going on.
It can be overwhelming, but I've just decided, hey, I won't be able to return every call. Keep my voicemail empty so they can leave messages, and then I direct them to people. My wife has done a terrific job of preparing everything, but I've decided not to be overwhelmed. I've decided to relax. I've decided not to be overwhelmed about the speech. I'm enjoying the moment, and because all of the Hall of Famers that have talked to me, they said it's going to be a blur, and you're going to be everywhere, and they say enjoy the moment. So that's what I choose to do.
The St. Louis Rams team is you've been in touch with them. They give you advice.
Yes, absolutely. Tori has texted me this morning. Marshall was one of the first guys that I saw the next morning after I got the announcement. He and I were both crying together in the streets of New York. Kurt Warner, my friend, has also reached out to me, and a number of them will be here, so I'll get a chance to see him. London Fletcher, and a guy that I think should have Hall of Fame consideration, but I've already told the guys, told Kurt as well as Tori. Marshall got the seat hot. I'll keep it warm, and then soon a bunch of them will be in the seats as well.
And you're representing the defense. Everybody talks about the greatest show on turf, but you were on the other side.
Yeah, the reason I end up there is because they won the Super Bowl, obviously, with the greatest show on turf, with an outstanding defense, and then that next year they still had a great offense, and it didn't go so well with defense, so I get to come in with 8 new starters, along with Coach Lovie Smith as defense coordinator and Coach Martz, to revamp the entire defense, and I got to lead the defense, but the heart and soul of the defense was London Fletcher, and his influence. I never had to worry about Terrell Owens going a 5-yard across the middle. I told him, hey, I don't have to cover you 5 yards, I'll take everything else, because if you go in there, that guy number 59, he'll have some things to say to you, and I won't have to worry about you going back. But I'm just warming the seat up for all those great guys.
Aeneas, you did a great job on both ends of defense, playing the run, moving from corner to free safety. That's a skill in itself that a lot of people don't understand. But I want to ask you, what went into your preparation so that way you always were in the right play to make a play on the ball?
Well, the first thing, when you talk about both physical corner as well as be able to intercept the ball and cover corner, that was intentional. At Southern University, when it looked like, I think by last year that I was going to have a possibility of playing in the NFL, I wanted to be a complete cornerback. So I looked in the NFL and I saw, okay, who were the cornerbacks that would fit the complete cornerback description? Well, for me, I used two guys. The physical corner at that time before he moved to safety was Ronnie Lott. The bump and run man-to-man guy was Frank Minifield. So what I did, believe it or not, while at college, and my teammates still teased me and thought I was crazy when I did it, I went and got a shirt and I got spray painted on the back Mini Lott. And I would walk around Southern's campus and people start calling me Mini Lott, many being facetious, but I was serious because my parents taught me the importance of a vision. So once I had that vision intact, that's what allowed me to have that mindset that I wasn't just a cover guy, but I also wanted to be counted on in the run game and a physicality as a defensive back.
What are some